Hey guys, it's me again. This is a steps and screw-ups video. I realized that in talking about these things I hadn't really described what I was doing in terms of sanding. This is like my base part after sanding. It's the seat backs. But basically what I do when I sand is I start with this is a double-sided one. I think it's like a 100-200 grit stick. And that smooths everything out. Then I do the bulk of my fine-tuning work initially with a 400 grit, moving to a 600 grit, and then finally over here to my 1000 grit. I do that for all the parts, kind of work around them, and then I don't go much beyond 1000 grit, but I know people have said you should go as far as 2400. Maybe on the next model I'll try that. I also promised you some sort of screw-ups here. So I'm going to show you, sorry about the movement of the camera, I'm doing this on my iPhone. So, you know, again, rank amateur. Yes, I know I suck. Don't need to tell me that. That's kind of the point. Okay, so you can kind of see here on this one, this is my trunk piece. You can see where when I was sanding after putting the base layer on to kind of smooth out the base layer, I got a little aggressive, and these areas here, let's see if I can get the camera to pick up on one. These areas here, you can see where it's whited away on the lights. You can see on the fender there. It wants to focus on something else. There we go. You can see where that white is on the silver scrape. Now I've re-sanded down over this to try and get an even coat, and I'm going to shoot some primer in there, and hopefully it won't create too much of a dimple. I could actually probably brush paint it as well, since I'm pretty comfortable with the brush, although probably not everybody is. So that's just, you know, you can see my, I wish I had a better idea. There you go. There's some good ones. You can see where those white spots are where I really screwed the pooch on this thing. So, and then here's another big one. Now, luckily, this will probably all be concealed, so it's my experiment, because this will be kind of under the seat or on the floor covered with some flock. But you can see I did a major damage on this side as well. And so that's the body tub. So what I do after that is I prime them, and I prime them using a Badger Stynylrez Black, which is really nice. Now here you can see I also, just adding to my screw-ups, you can see some dimpling and stuff on this. Now there's some dust that's been picked up since I primed it, but that you're seeing there, but I did get some sort of weird dimpling and pooling on the primer, so I'm going to sand that down. Then there's the inside of the door, but I think most of that's going to get covered. I drilled that hole in there to build a door handle. I still haven't quite sorted out how I'm going to build the door handle, but I will, if that makes sense. And then for the fenders, I went ahead and primed the parts white, and these are the rear fenders. I primed the parts white, and I got kind of this nice dark red going, but true to form, being amateur Joe, you can see maybe, let me see if I can do it this way. You can see maybe on the top of this thing here. Yeah, you can't really, it's not going to pick it up. Sorry, my iPhone is not doing what I need it to do, but you can kind of see there's a little bit of a blemish, so I got to sand that down. This one looked better. There still seems to be a little unevenness in the coat, but this is just the base coat layer. I'll probably do another layer, but that's going to be the color of the fenders, and the front fenders are their own discrete units too. On the back of this trunk here, I think you can see here, I also silvered over part of the back fenders there. So I'm probably going to have to tape those off and reprime it, and so that I can join these two here. But you'll get a sense of the color scheme with that silver, with that dark silver and the dark red. And then the interior will be kind of a brighter red upholstery, and the dashboard assembly will be bright red, or will be this dark red too, so it'll kind of contrast. You know, we're a long way away from that, but these are the steps so far. So, you know, you get to see me screw up, and I promise you more screw ups, because this is kind of the video series for the rest of us. Anyway, that's today. Have a good time. Thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, or don't like it if you don't like it, and subscribe even if you don't like it. What the hell? I want subscribers, at least 1 or 2. Anyway, have a good day, and I will see you in the next update.